I did this video last night when I got home from the gym. The name of it is, actually, I didn't even make it home yet. I stopped in the Walmart parking lot on the way back from the gym. And it was kind of heavy on my heart because, and I'll give you the backdrop. I did this video right here in the parking lot, and you can see how grainy it is. It's horrible, and my words kept cutting out, and I didn't even see until later because I wasn't wearing my glasses when I was jabbering my jaw. But people are saying, man, it's buffering. This is horrible. It's horrible. So the video got done rendering, and you can barely tell what I'm saying, and it's very painful to watch. So I just want to let you know, one of the thing that was on my heart last night when I went home was I was watching a video to get ready for the content for the next day, which is today. And I saw this ad before the video, and it was some police psychologist who was talking about one of the biggest things that people need to understand is our primary goal in the law enforcement community is that we make it home safe. And the funny thing about that is that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back in my mind for yesterday, because already 3 times before that in separate videos that I was watching to gather more content for, some other stories, they said almost the exact same thing verbatim, that the most important thing in the law enforcement community is that the law enforcers make it home safe. And just to give you an example of the mentality, and there's a lot more examples I can give, guys, this is commonplace. This mentality of the cops got to make it home safe is not uncommon. It's very common. I'm taking this from a snippet from a James Freeman video, but listen to what these cop instructors say to the cop class.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety. And so
the absolute most important thing for an officer when he goes into his community is officer safety, and they got to make sure they make it home safe. That is the absolute most important thing.
To you.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety. And so we really highlight that officer safety issue.
Those that we're dealing with will go home if they choose to, right? But we go home.
Look in the mirror and ask yourself, can I kill a kid? Can I shoot a grandma? Can I shoot a mom? Can I shoot a dad? Can I shoot a brother?
Hey, I'll do whatever it takes as long as I can make it home safe. I'll follow the orders. I'll comply with the high command. I'll wreak havoc and destruction and extortion on the people in my community as long as I make it home safe. Did you ever think, cops, that one of the reasons you got in the back of your mind that you might not make it home safe is because you constantly harass and collect from people you claim to be protecting and serving? Did that ever occur to you? Maybe your job is exponentially more dangerous because of the way you come after and at people.
You go home, you soul search, and you figure it out. And if that question hasn't been answered tomorrow, I suggest you don't come back.
Because if you can't, it's not you that's going to get hurt, it's your partner.
And you don't want your partner to get hurt. The absolute goal, the highest goal that we could ever hope to achieve and attain in this department is that you and your partner make it home safe. Should that really be the absolute goal of law enforcers? Is that the absolute goal of and I am not nodding the head and winking the eye at the military industrial complex and the servant class in the military that enlists because they think that they're out there spreading democracy, which they call freedom, and it's all convoluted, when in actuality, they're actually pawns on a great chessboard for the bankster and global elites. So this isn't me saying, oh, war is great, and it's great that these military men and women are out there and they're not concerned about their safety. They're only concerned about getting the job done and spreading that lovely democracy. That ends up killing a whole bunch of people. But, you don't see a military man going, well, as long as I make it home safe, I'm going to go out there and fight for democracy because, my highest goal is my safety. They're not, and do linemen say that? Do loggers say that? One of the professions that carries the great amount of occupational hazard is being a logger. I can't remember the top 5, but cops weren't even in the top 10. Being a police officer wasn't even in the top 10. I think being a firefighter was. Cops are worried about making it home safe. logger, I think deep sea fishermen, those people that go in the Bering Sea and they're like out there, for weeks and weeks at a time. And they got all these chains going by them and dropping those cages in there so they can get their lobsters or make the catch or whatever. A lot of people are falling overboard, die of hypothermia, just you name it. Get hit in the head by one of those cages, zooming back by on that cable, get their, decapitations or whatever. But do those guys go, my main objective is to get home safe? The only people you hear saying this in any profession are law enforcement coppers. So the reason I wanted to make that video last night is because it was heavy on my heart. Maybe your goal should be to guard with jealous attention the public liberty, not the public safety, not the public security. Guard with jealous attention, like a jealous boyfriend or a husband. Did you look at her? Are you getting near my wife? What are you doing over there? Guard with jealous attention the public liberty. That's how cops should look at liberty. I'm out here, and my number one goal is to make sure that I protect and defend the liberties of the people in my community. And if anybody comes in and looks like they're about to creep in on and infringe on somebody's right, I'm going to suspect everyone who comes near that precious jewel. And nothing's going to preserve. I understand as a law enforcement officer, this is the way they should be thinking. I understand as a law enforcement officer that nothing's going to preserve their liberty but downright force. And we cannot give up that force, because the day we do, we're utterly ruined. How about that being your main objective before you go home, coppers? How about that instead of your safety? It's just amazing to me the dangerous situations that they will put the community in, the law enforcers will put the community in the name of protecting and serving them, as though it justifies their existence. And then they wonder why people hate. How come people hate me? Well, maybe it's because you took the last $200 out of that single mom's pocket for giving her a ticket of something that you and your buddies do all the time. You're constantly speeding through our towns. You're constantly breaking your own traffic rules and switching lanes without turning your blinkers on. You're constantly driving erratically and putting everybody else in danger when there's not even an emergency. You know how many times I've chased cops down the street and just could not catch them because I wasn't willing to go that fast? And would it take me too much time to get up there? There's just so many egregious acts that they do, putting community in jeopardy, and then hypocritically breaking their own rules. But they're quick to give that single mother a $200 ticket for doing something they just got done doing probably 15 times that day. And then desperate people they start doing desperate things because that last $200, that was going to actually pay the rent for this month. And then next month, maybe I could scrape together a little bit of money so that I could buy some food for my kids. But now all bets are off. That was the last $200, and now I can't be late one more time because my landlord is going to kick us out. Now you got how many people have cops made homeless because of their stupid, reaching their quota? You're going to get home safe. Guess what? If you encounter a cop, you might not get home at all. You might have to walk because they impounded your vehicle. You might not get home because they have you incarcerated and they threw you into general population in a rape cage. How about you getting home safe? How about your most important goal, cops, is that the members of my community, I'm going to make sure they get home safe, and I'm going to actually act like a public servant instead of just saying I'm a public servant all the time. How about that? It's just disgusting what cops get away with under color of law. And it's a violation of USC 242 anyway, deprivation of rights under color of law. Whoever, under the color of any law, rule, ordinance, regulation in any territory, state, geographical location, takes away or infringes on anybody's rights, he shall be fined or imprisoned or in some cases be put to. That's what 18 USC 242 says. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Or how about this, when they get with their buddies and they start conspiring to infringe on somebody's rights? That's 18 USC 241, conspiracy against rights. If two or more people get together and conspire against somebody, wherever, in any geographical location, whoever it is. Oh, well, he was a felon. It says whoever it is. If you conspire to take one person's rights away, you have violated 18 USC 241, which carries the same penalty as USC 242. Conspiracy against rights. We're going to make it home safe. Oh, good for you. I had my vehicle impounded one time because my plate was out of date or whatever. and it looked like the guy was going to let me go. And I just questioned him what kind of authority he had to actually be doing this kind of stuff. Boom. Got in the horn, called the tow truck, $208. It wasn't even on the impound lot. This was late at night. I had just gotten off of work. It was past midnight. So I'd say I got the ticket, and they loaded the car up at 1 o'clock in the morning. By 8:30, me and Trish were at the impound lot, got it out. $208 for that thing, not even sitting there for 8 hours. $208. You and me may be able to afford that. And that may be a financial, I mean, $208 is a lot of money to me. I don't know about you. It may be a bump in the road for some, but for some people, that kind of money is absolutely devastating. They don't care about devastating you. All they care about is their top goal, their top priority, and that's making it home safe. As long as we can make it home safe after we economically terrorize somebody, that's all we want. Are you willing to shoot that old man or old woman or that dog so you and your partner can get home safe? I hope so. If you're not on that psychological level, that psychologically demented level, don't even come back. Listen to him again.
The absolute most important thing is officer safety. And so we really highlight that officer safety issue.
Those that we're dealing with will go home if they choose to, right? But we go home.
Look in the mirror and ask yourself, can I kill a kid?
We go home no matter what. We go home no matter how many people have fallen under the knife of our quota. We go home no matter how many people got their rights infringed on. We go home no matter how many people we are absolute a-holes to. We go home no matter whose car we impound, or the economic terrorism we wreak, or the cages, the people that are populating our cages. We go home. They'll be in a cage. Don't worry, we'll give you 3 hots and a cot, courtesy of tax cattle, but we're going to go home and sleep in our warm beds and be with our families. What a bunch of selfish, psychopathic nonsense.
Can I shoot a grandma? Can I shoot a mom? Can I shoot a dad? Can I shoot a brother?
Why would you even be thinking about that? Why would you even be considering this? It's like, how can we preserve life? They're saying, hey, have you thought about it? You're going to be taking some life out there so that you can go home. Taking life is essential to you going home. If taking a life is what we got to do, you got to shoot that dog, flashbang that baby. Hey, you're going home. You and your partner are going home. Oh, you little guys. Oh, we got to get home, guys. Supper's ready.
You go home, you soul search, and you figure it out. And if that question hasn't been answered tomorrow, I suggest you don't come back.
Because if you can't, it's not you that's going to get hurt, it's your partner.
It's not you that's going to get hurt, it's your partner. It's all about you. It's all about me. Talk about narcissism, man. So I wanted to cover this. It's ridiculous for them to have as their top goal. And guys, this isn't isolated. Their top goal is to make it home safe, and they don't care what they do to you. You can look at video after video on YouTube, all over the internet. And these people are literally committing, these uniformed clowns are committing crimes, clear crimes, where they're leaving multiple victims in their wake. They're committing clear crimes in broad daylight, on camera, before a world audience, and they still don't care. If they're willing to do that on camera, what are they doing when they don't think they're being recorded? It's horrible. So, thanks for giving me an opportunity to redo a video that I should have done right in the first place. Just didn't know I had a horrible internet connection. Leave your thoughts about this. I want to hear what you guys have to say. As a matter of fact, you know what? Even do this. I'll tell you what, leave your experiences with law enforcement. Be as accurate and succinct as you can. Leave your experiences in the comment section below where you had a run-in with an officer, where you were economically devastated. However heavy or light, it doesn't matter whether you were abused or whatever. And I might make a separate dedicated video based on your comments and your testimony under the video. I'll read them straight there online on another video. So do that for me. I would appreciate it. It'd be really interesting what kind of experiences you guys had with law enforcers whose top priority, whose main goal is to make it home safe. Leave your thoughts for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe for more tyranny busting content.